Years ago this winter, Squaw Valley hosted the 1960 Winter Olympic Games, and now they're celebrating at the highest ice rink in North America. That's where we find our Brandon Rittiman tonight, who's live with a story you'll see only on 2. First off, Brandon, we saw you a little bit earlier in the show. Not bad on those skates.
Well, I had the skates on earlier. Right now we've got an adult expo game going on. Was going to show you a view of Lake Tahoe, but it's a little dark over there. I can see it from here. Beautiful place to play. Let's show you some of this action here while I keep talking. It's just been a beautiful day up here on top of Squaw, and really no better place to celebrate one of the really big stories to come out of the 1960 Winter Games. In 1960, they lit the torch and kicked off the Winter Olympic Games in Squaw Valley. Those who were there call it the last of the small Olympics. Now, 50 years later, speed skater Floyd Bedbury remembers making friends with athletes from all the sports and all the countries.
I believe it was the greatest Olympic Games. And the reason for it, we could be down at Blythe Arena, and you got the speed skating track in one spot, turn around, you got the hockey rink and the figure skating is inside.
The resort's got weeks of festivities to commemorate all the games. Today's game, hockey.
I'm right here.
Weldy Olson and Paul Johnson played as line mates on the 1960 U.S. hockey team. Weldy remembers how people talked about their chances.
Hopefully we'll finish 5th and not be 6th out of the 6 teams.
But when Paul slapped the puck against Canada, things changed.
He let that puck go about 80 feet away, and he had the goaltender beat.
Yeah, and I had a very hard slap shot, so that's the only reason I did it.
It turned out to be the game winner. After beating Canada, they beat the Soviets in the first nationally televised Olympic hockey game. That put them up against the Czechs in the gold medal game. By the end of the second period, though, it didn't look good.
Because we were behind 4-3.
An infamous moment came during the second intermission. The Soviet captain told the Americans to use oxygen to cope with Squaw's high elevation. Weldy doesn't credit that with the win, though. He says only 4 players actually used it.
I didn't, and Roger Christian didn't. He came up with 3 goals in the third period.
The U.S. came back and beat the Czechs 9-4 to take the first ever gold medal for U.S. hockey. In honor of the win, Squaw organized some exposition games on the only sheet of ice they have left, way up at High Camp. These kids from South Lake Tahoe really enjoyed the chance to play here. Weldy and Paul want the kids to remember it's all about enjoying the game. As for the history lesson, just one more thing.
About the 60 teams, that we were first.
Well, Squaw Valley's got events going on all week long up here, straight through Sunday. If you want to look at the schedule, we've got it on our website. Just head to KTVN.com and look for links and more. I'm a big kid. Take a look right here. This is what the kids were doing after they were playing. The Olympians actually came up here to 8,200 feet at High Camp, and they were giving out autographs. It was a really great time for them to interact with the kids. It was a great time for some of the people who came out here to watch the games, actually talk with some of the people who were playing in them as well. We're covering the big story live at Squaw. Brandon Rittiman, Channel 2 News.